Alright YouTube, now in this video I will be showing you how to play pretty much any game using a controller. In my case I will be using an Xbox One controller, however most gamepads should work using this method. Now unfortunately the method that I will be showing you in this video is not entirely free. There is no free and easy to use program that I know of in this field. However, there are two major paid services. One is a subscription-based service called REWASD, and it works very well. It has a nice GUI. However, you will have to pay on a monthly basis. And the other alternative that I know of is called Xpadder, which entails a one-time fee of about $8, and I will be walking you through the installation and use of this program today. So in order to get started, you're just going to want to head over to xpadder.com. That's xpadder.com. And then simply select your language and region. And then you're going to have to enter your email, which I'm not going to be doing for obvious reasons. However, once you've sent that off, you should get a confirmation on the next screen. The next step is to check your email inbox. You should have received an email from Xpadder, so make sure you find that and just click on the link. And once you're back on the website, you're going to have to enter some of your payment information. So go ahead and use whatever payment method you like. Now, once Xpadder has successfully processed your payment, you should receive another email. So just head over to your inbox and check your email, and then click on the link in order to download Xpadder. Now, if you are connecting your controller via Bluetooth, you're going to want to follow along for this step. Obviously, if you're using a cable, you can skip it. However, if you are using Bluetooth, you're going to want to head over to your Bluetooth settings under Windows and put your controller into pairing mode. Then click on Add a Device, and your Xbox controller should pop up, or whichever gamepad you're using. And just make sure it's connected. It'll stop blinking, and that way your controller is connected. Now, before installing the downloaded executable file, I would strongly recommend moving it from the downloads folder to a designated directory. So in case it stores any files, they won't be installed to your downloads directory. As you can see, I've moved it to its own folder right here. Once you're ready, just double click on Xpadder to start the installation process. Make sure you accept all the terms and conditions by clicking on Start, confirm your language, confirm the program location, and I will be keeping my files in this program location so I can easily open and save them. And I will also be adding a file association to Windows. Next, head over to the link in the description and just copy an image of the controller that you're currently using, or the one that's most similar to the one that you're currently using. Back in Xpadder, just head over to the top settings icon, go to controllers, and make sure that whatever controller you're using is on top in case you've got multiple Bluetooth input devices paired. So make sure it's at the top of the list, and once again just copy this image of your desired controller. Head over to the controller icon on the top left and click on New, and then just paste the image as shown here. Next, head over to sticks in order to configure your controller and enable them, and just press whatever buttons Xpadder requests of you in the according order, and so it's properly mapped. Do the same for the D-pad by enabling it and just pressing the buttons. Then configure any remaining buttons except for the triggers by just pressing a button on your D-pad and dragging it over to the corresponding button on your screen. And finally, enable the triggers and just press your left and right trigger. Now that everything is mapped, we can simply drag over our sticks and D-pad so that they're in line with the image. And just hit OK. Alright, your next step is to open whatever game you're trying to play, and just heading over to the settings, taking a couple of screenshots of the controls, so then you can assign those to whatever button you're trying to assign it to. We have done just that with the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. In order to assign these keys, you simply click on the button on the on-screen controller image, and just either press the button on your physical mouse and keyboard or on the on-screen mouse and keyboard, and that way it'll map it to that exact button on your controller. Also make sure that you save your configuration files as shown here. So the left one is your controller configuration file. In my case, I'm going to overwrite it. And this file on the right is your game configuration file. And once you've got that saved, you can safely close out of Xpadder. When I launch the game, I can easily use my controller, even though I just had to press enter because I didn't map that to my controller. But for the menu, for example, I can easily use my controller. And also in-game, this isn't going to be an issue. As you can see, this controller also works great in-game. Anyways, I hope I could help you guys along with this video. I understand that it's not an ideal solution since you do have to pay a bit of money, but there really aren't any cheap and easy alternatives that I know of on Windows, unfortunately. That being said, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you want to see more of these tutorials in the future, also consider subscribing, and leave a comment if you have any technical issues. And again, thanks for tuning in to Tutorials You Needed.